Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com, and in this video, we're going to go inside of my Facebook Ads Manager, and we're going to optimize a running Facebook advertising campaign that I've got up and going. This is video number 4 in a series. If you've missed the previous ones, you can access them down in the description or the video where we actually launched this campaign. I've got, I think at the biggest it was about 17 different ad sets running. I've been optimizing it in the successive videos, the previous 3, and here we're going to do one final optimization before I kind of just carry on with this on my own. I don't feel like I'm going to need to update this anymore beyond this last one because I finally hit my average order value spent in a lot of my ad campaigns, which is kind of where we want to get you to. So you should, by following these separate videos, following the how to analyze Facebook advertising data from a Facebook ads campaign inside the ads manager, you should understand exactly how to kind of optimize and whether to scale or turn off your different ad sets as you're running them. And really, I'm going to leave you at the end of this one with kind of like the what to do next portion, because yes, we're going to continue to analyze and optimize these, but if you're active and you're wanting to grow your audience quickly, you should be adding on more as well, and we'll talk about that here at the end. So let's jump in and get into the ads manager, and here I am inside of the ad account, and let's go into the campaigns. And it is this retargeting. You can see at this point I've spent about $2,500. We're looking at the link clicks, about 12,000 clicks. Click-through rate looks good, and about 5,800 leads, which is, you could tell that's I don't know, about 45% conversion rate on my opt-in page, which is great. So the first thing we do, obviously, we click into the ad campaign. Now it's going to load all of the different ad sets, even the ones that we have turned off in the past. I've only turned off one. You can see it here at the bottom. I turned that off a while ago. You may have turned off more. So remember, when you come in here, you want to switch over to filters, you want to go to delivery, and you want to go to active. And what it's going to do is it's only going to show you the ones that are currently actively running. That way we can base our numbers off of what's actually going on. So let's go over here. The first thing we do is we start at the bottom line, and we want to scroll all the way over to the right, and we look, our cost per lead right here is 44 cents per lead. So I'm stoked on that. That's a perfect number for me and my business. That's actually about half price from what I could do. You can see I've brought in 16 new customers. Each one is worth about $90 to me. So my cost per action here is high, right? I'm spending more than I can per customer. Personally, I'm okay with this because my cost per lead is within my KPI. I know the lifetime value of my lead. If I didn't have a bankroll to kind of back my advertising with and a really solid understanding of the lifetime value of my leads and knowing that a 44-cent lead is well worth it, I would have been in here optimizing this earlier. I've been on a road trip. I've literally just came out of the mountains. I had no service for a few days, and I just wanted to show you how I'm approaching it. So just take note that my lifestyle is dictating my approach with this. And if you are like really trying to maximize every penny and grinding on it, you could have taken some of these actions more quickly. The next thing I want you to notice is here in all of my $5 a day interest campaigns, we've now spent about $90 each, which is my cost per new customer, right? So what we can do is I want to go over here and look now and find all of the ones that have zero new customers coming in. And so you can see I got this new customer here, 0 new customers here, 0 new customers here, and everywhere that there's a dash means 0 new customers. The first place I'm going to go is to the ones that have the highest cost per lead, and I'm going to turn them off. So I'm going to turn that guy off, and then I'm going to turn this one off here. Give me 1 second while I kind of go through these. Turn this one off down here. So now I've turned a few of these off, and what I could do at this point is, again, it should already be set to the filtering to where we're only looking at the active people, which we are, and you can see my cost per acquisition, my cost per action here is good, but we still have this problem, right? My problem here is, and I'm going to turn off the rest of these that aren't working. My problem is that I'm spending more on a new customer, so my funnel is not break even, and I do want to have at least a break even funnel, and that's how you scale your Facebook ads, right? You're getting customers for about the same price as the cost of the customer, which means you're getting 98, 99 subscribers in a row for free, and then your follow-up sequence and your list does the rest of the work. So now I'm turning some of these off. You can see they're going off a little slowly. I am, as you probably can tell, I'm in the woods here in Montana, and there is a little bit of a delay because I'm tethering from cellular service, but we're going to get through this here real quick, and then I'll show you what we do from this point. So just one more here to turn off. And that's off. So now what we've got it down to is only my interests that have created successful customers. And now I need to look at the cost per new customer over here. And you can see on the cost per new customer, I've got a few of them that are way outside of the KPIs, and I've got a couple of them here that are well within the KPIs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the ones that are over $120 per customer. And I'm just going to turn all 4 of these ones off. Let me see here. I think I got them all there, and it looks like maybe one left. Got one left here. And let me actually refresh this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this one on because I want to see what the numbers do, right, when I remove this. And I've refreshed this page because my total down here at the bottom, that $143 per customer from this campaign, is not actually true anymore because I've turned so many of these off. And you're going to see now that I can scroll to the right. It's totaling up the totals at the bottom. And you can see $66.86 per. So I actually probably turned off one more than I should have at this point, right? If I would have left another one of these 125 in, I still would be within my $90 KPI range. And the reason we want to keep this within range and ignore these sometimes is I'm still getting leads and customers here. And if I got one more customer on this here, I would be back in the good, essentially. So what I'm going to do is, and this was kind of a poor form on my part, but we're doing this live, and this is just how it works, is I recommend that you go through and refresh the numbers after every single one you turn off, so you don't have to turn one off and then turn it back on. This is going to re-enter me into the auction on this one, which I'm okay with because, you know, I don't really care that much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over here for the lowest cost per lead, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that one back on, and I'm seeing it looks like this one here at 26 cents per lead is actually my next best one. So I'm going to turn that on. I'm actually going to try turning 2 back on and just see what happens. Give it one quick moment. And let's see here. It was kind of moving things on me here, so give me a quick second. Now, I only want ones that have brought in customers because they've proven to deliver me paying customers. And let's see here. So of the other ones that have been bringing me customers, I can see the one here 43, one here 40 cents. Those are both absolutely fantastic numbers for me. I'm going to take the one that's giving me a 40-cent lead. And oh, this one's 37 cents per lead. That's my retargeting campaign. I'm using that for another ad set, so I'm going to turn this one back on here. Oh, that was actually the wrong one. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and wrap that at this point because I think you get the point, right? Like now we've got this set back up. I can hit up here. I can refresh the whole page, and it's going to pull out my overall number is 125 per action, but I want to take this down and I want to filter to, once this loads, I want to filter to only the active ones and see what it says my number is. I'm looking to get that number down in about the $90 per kind of location. And let's do filters, delivery, active. And that's it. It's going to bring up the active ones, and you can see down here, what did we get down to? $69.78 per customer. So I did go a little overboard on that. Now, what the goal is, and what you really need to remember here at this point is, on this number, you want this bottom line number, the results from all of them, to be within your KPI. And the reason again is because I'm getting customers here. I might get another customer. I'm getting customers here. Now let's go in and look at what our best customer ones are. This interest number 4 right here is absolutely crushing it, right? You can see I'm getting $18 customers. These are $90 value customers each for $18 a piece. I brought 5 in on that. So I'm going to go increase my daily spend on this. I am very comfortable bumping this up to the $15 mark. I could potentially go to 25 or more, but because I'm going to be off the grid potentially in a few days, I'd rather be kind of a slow and steady approach to this. I want to look to see if I have any others that are really, really gangbusters within my KPIs. I don't show any. It looks like 89.63. I'm going to see how much I'm spending on that $63 campaign. $10 a day, I like that. 62 down here, I want to make sure that's at $10 a campaign. That's $10 daily. Cool. So I'm going to let all of these just continue to run, and this is the game. So now here, I told you in the beginning I was going to tell you what you want to do next, and that is exactly where we're at. So I have whittled this down. We had 17 running active ad sets in this campaign. Now I've got what? 7 ad sets. So I've eliminated 10 ad sets at this point that weren't delivering a high quality customer at the right price. Yes, I was getting leads, but ultimately I want this campaign to pay for itself, right? I want the money I'm making from my OTO to cover 100% of my lead cost. And that, as it's structured right now with 7 different ad sets, that's exactly where it is. So what would I do now if I was wanting to grow? I would bring in the next 15, 20, or 30 different ad sets. I would duplicate out these ad sets, enter those new interests in one at a time, and I would repeat this process. I would keep these ones that are working. I wouldn't fidget with them at all, and I would add on 10, 15, 20, 30 new $5 per day ad sets, testing even more interests or audiences that I have not yet tested. How many do you do? That's up to you completely, right? How big of a budget do you have daily to be able to run these? How aggressive are you trying to be right now? How polished is your funnel? If you're really, really trustworthy in your funnel and that lifetime lead value, you can be a little more aggressive. If you're not confident in those numbers yet, then grow slowly until you gain the statistical significance in your data from your funnel to be able to move forward confidently, right? And this is really the game. So I moved in with about 15, 17 different ad sets. I filtered those down to the ones that deliver me customers, right, in a major big ad set that's within my KPIs, and then I eliminated all of the different ad sets that are not delivering me customers. Those are out. I now have the ones driving customers. What do I do now? I go add a bunch more $5 a day ad sets with new interests that I haven't tested yet, and I let those run with the goal of, I don't know, if I put in 30, am I going to get 10 or 15 more that drive customers? Probably. Perfect. And then at the end of that kind of optimization cycle, I would have something to the tune of 22 different ad sets bringing me customers. If I'm break even or cash flow positive, I repeat the process again. And that is the game. That is how you optimize. We start with large groups of ad sets, each one having its own interest. You do $5 a day on each to identify the ones that drive sales, eliminate the ones not driving sales, add more ad sets with more interests, identify the ones driving sales, continue to monitor the old ones to make sure your KPIs are within numbers, and you just simply grow a campaign full of ad sets that are delivering you customers, and you're removing the ad sets that are not delivering you customers, ultimately leaving yourself with a highly optimized Facebook advertising campaign that is driving you customers at break even or better. And that, my friend, is the holy land, if you will, of Facebook advertising. That's where we all want to be, where we put in $1, we get out $1.25 and 100 leads in the process. You get to that kind of a point, you can just continue to creep up your ad spend in the ad sets that are working the best. You also can continue to bring in new ad sets that you can continue to test, and that's how you grow your audience, that's how you grow your reach, that's how you grow your list, that's how you grow your customer list, and that, my friend, is how you grow an online business. I hope you've found this video to be helpful. If you have, give me a thumbs up here in YouTube. Helps me get the reach out on the videos. I really hope this shows you kind of clearly how easy the process is once you understand what you need to be looking at. This isn't rocket science. It is relatively simple. It takes a lot of dedication, time, testing, and tweaking. I highly recommend you engage with this process because this is how you build a traffic source that's on demand that'll allow you to grow your business quickly so you can get to that 100,000 leads mark and beyond. And when you get to that point, I'm telling you, life gets fun. You get that freedom of lifestyle. You open your laptop, you work for an hour or two a day on your laptop. It's that freedom of location, freedom of income, financial freedom. all of that can be had from this process, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that you stick with the learning curve long enough, you engage with this long enough to get to where you need to be. I've been doing this, it's 2017. I think I started in 2013 with my Facebook advertising, so I've been doing this for 4 years to figure it out. If you're on campaign number 1, 2, or 3 and it's not working perfect for you, great. That's exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Stick with it. You need to continue to test your opt-in page, test your offers, test your OTOs, test the ad sets, and when you find that winning combination, let it run for as long as it's within KPIs, get as many leads and customers as you can, and I think that's about it. So thank you very much for following along on this series. I really, really appreciate your time, and I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Be well.